Hello, TanukiScouts. It's TanukiHero836 here, and today I am finally back after so long. I apologize to all my TanukiScouts out there that I have not been posting. It's been a rough ride for me, and I didn't know what to do. But now I'm back, and I'm hoping to do this. So today we are playing Rowlet and Alolan Executor GX. Now, the goal with this is I want it to be annoying as possible. And I think you can see as the Pokemon there what we're planning to do here. Anyway, if you don't know, Rowlet and Alolan Executor has an attack for 0 energy. Super growth. Evolve a basic grass-type Pokemon on your bench into a stage 1 in your deck that it evolves from. Then if you have the corresponding stage 2, evolve it again. Great turn 1 option. The main problem with this card, its weakness is fire. As we all know, fire is big in this format. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to try not to attack with Alolan Executor and instead copy it with MewMew. Since MewMew can copy all of Alolan Executor's attacks, it's super growth and it's calming hurricane, 2 grass, 1 colorless, 150 plus you heal 30. Then we're going to have some fun. Alright? Now, unfortunately, we don't have any form of grass energy acceleration. So this deck does build up your energy slowly, but in the meantime, you're going to be building up your Vileplume GXs. This is a new card from Cosmic Eclipse. Its Fragrant Flower Garden ability lets you once a turn heal 30 damage from all of your Pokemon in play. And you can do that once for each Vileplume you have in play. As you can see, I'm playing 3 Vileplume GXs. Honestly, this one here I played as a Keldeo counter. This is the Vileplume from Unbroken Bonds. It does one-shot Keldeo with Giant Bloom attack. I played it more for the annoying factor with its varied pollen ability, but I don't play it enough, honestly. So I'm thinking of adding another Vileplume GX, and I may post an update video once I decide. Anyway, Vileplume GX also has a really strong attack for 1 grass, 1 colorless energy, 180 damage, minus 10 damage for each damage counter on it. But with all the healing you're going to be doing, that's not going to be a problem. And its GX attack, 50 damage, plus burn, poison, and paralysis can help nab you some turns against tag teams. Next up, you need to play your Gloom and your Oddish. For these Oddishes, I chose to play one of this because I didn't have a 4th one of this one. Which, it really doesn't matter which Oddish you play, you're not going to be attacking with it. The Irresistible Aroma Gloom, I thought was a nice addition in case you want to grab the Dene from your opponent's hand and play it down so they can't use it. Or just bench something that they don't want in play. And lastly, the linchpin in the Keldeo GX matchup is your Heracross from Lost Thunder. If it's Powerful Friends attack, 1 grass, 1 colorless, 30 damage, plus 90 if you have a stage 2 in play. Get where I'm coming from? You were one-shotting Keldeo GX. Honestly, I want to play 2 of this thing because it's just that powerful. And that's it from the Pokemon line. You could play the Leavanny line, 1 Swaddle, 1 Swadloon, and 1 Leavanny, but I don't think it's necessary. As for the supporter line, we're playing 4 Coach Trainer as your main draw supporter. Draw 2 cards. If you have a tag team Pokemon in the active, draw 4 instead. So these are your main attackers. These are almost always going to be in the active. 3 Cynthia and Caitlin. This is a new card. The new tag team supporters are now out from Cosmic Eclipse and legal for competitive play. Grab a supporter from your discard pile, except for Cynthia and Caitlin, or a card you discard with it. When you play this card, you can discard a card and then draw 3 cards. Great supporter recovery, can tag team well with Coach Trainer and everything, or your Mallow and Lana. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you discard 2 cards upon activation, heal 120 from the Pokemon you move to the bench. This is amazing healing support against decks that do a base set number of damage, like Pikarom or yeah, I'm bad at that. Picarom's the main example because this deck really has an easy time playing against Picarom because you're just doing so much. Next up, we have one Guzma and Hala. For this, you can search your deck for a Stadium card, add it to your hand, and if you discard 2 cards upon activation, search your deck for a Pokemon tool and a special energy. And with this weakness guard energy we're going to be playing, this will help clear away your fire weakness. But honestly, fire decks are a really tough matchup for this deck if you cannot get your weakness guard. So there's really not much more you can do about that. I tried playing the Charm line in this, and it's just too slow. Weakness guard is your best bet, and honestly, I think that's as good as it's going to get for right now, unless we get more support later in the future to help with that. But every deck has a weakness. There's really nothing we can do about that. Just keep trying and try to win. Lastly, one Bill's analysis to try and get your items and your trainers, maybe build up for next turn. That's it for the supporter line. Another thing I've noticed, Shrine of Punishment really doesn't do much against this deck because Vileplume here will just heal off all the Shrine damage the following turn. Even if they do 1 damage on your turn, another damage on your turn, you're just healing off 30 to that 20. For items, we're playing 4 Netball to search out your grass Pokemon. Normally your Odysseus is what you're going to grab with this. Or grass energy if you need it. Tag Call. This card had no reason to be printed. This card is way too good for what it is. Search your deck for up to 2 tag team cards and add them to your hand. With this, you can get your Alolan Exeggutors and MewMews. So you can start building up and start attacking. If you get 1 of these and 1 Netball, you got a Vileplume. 4 Great Potion, again, another card that's way too good for what it is. Heal 50 damage from one of your Pokemon GX. It's so powerful, so much healing. I wanted to play Mixed Herbs in this. I might still try and find room, but honestly, the deck space is so cramped, it's really going to be hard. When Full Heal comes out from Sword and Shield, I want to try playing that because Kyurem is big when I go to my locals. So I just want to make everybody mad. 2 Pokemon Communication. I want to try to increase this because a lot of times I'm seeing that I have too many Vileplumes or Glooms in my hand when I don't want them. So it would be nice to just shuffle those back in. 2 Choice Helmet, 1 Stealthy Hood. The Choice Helmet is just to help against those tag team matchups, and the Stealthy Hood is for Mimikyu. Because with Stealthy Hood, your Vileplume is going to be useless against Mimikyu. So Stealthy Hood will let you clear all the damage off of your Pokemon, so then you'll be able to use all the other Vileplumes that no longer have damage, and you'll be able to reuse MewMew's ability. Next up for Stadiums, we have 1 Chaotic Swell. It's a really good card. When you play it down, it does nothing on board, but when another Stadium comes into play to replace it, you discard that Stadium without applying any of its effects. So it's really good in matchups where they're relying on their Thunder Mountain or they're relying on their Shrine of Punishments. Because this is basically clearing away 1 to 2 Shrine of Punishments. 1 Life Force Prism Star to heal your Alolan Exeggutors and your Vileplumes. And that's it for that. As for energy, we are playing 3 Weakness Guard energy and 8 Grass energy. Like I said, there is no real acceleration in this deck, so you're just going to be sitting there building up Vileplumes while slowly attaching energy. If we had some kind of grass acceleration, I honestly don't think I would even play it in this because it's just not worth it. You want to build up your Vileplume so you get that healing factor, so you'll end up healing as much as they're dealing, and then you'll be slowly taking KOs. And that's really it for the deck profile. This deck is really cheap to make and really fun to play. These are only about $2 to $5. $5 for the Hyper Rare, which I did pick up. I might pick up another one and cut this Vileplume because I'm honestly not seeing a purpose for it anymore. Anyway, thank you TanukiScouts who stayed loyal and not unsubscribed. I do this for you guys. Enjoy this deck. I hope you build it, and I hope you annoy people at your locals. Have yourselves a good day.